The mind, it takes it a very small amount of time to get convinced. It does learn by repetition. So for instance, I was in America last year, and my husband's friend said, "Oh, I've got to go to the airport. I hate flying to London. I can never fall asleep on a plane." I said, "Well, that's not true, because nobody falls anywhere. You don't fall, and you don't even go to sleep. In fact, sleep comes to you." So I just told him to get on the plane and say, the minute I close my eyes, sleep descends upon me, and it stays with me till we land. And he said, "I've never done that before, but I slept all the way from LA to London perfectly," because he dialogued with his mind differently. You see, your mind has a job to do, and your mind's job is to do what it thinks you want, and your job is to make it really super clear. If you're not clear with your mind, it gets things wrong. But if you're very clear with your mind, it gets things right. And saying to your mind, now is, I need to sleep now for 8 hours, I insist on that, and I'm going to close my eyes and sleep's going to come to me, is very different to going, I've got to go to sleep, look at the time, got to be up in 7 hours, and if I don't get 7 hours, I won't cope. And you're really programming your mind in the most negative way without realizing it. It's like saying, I ate a cake and I knew I'd gain a pound. If I look at a pizza, I gain weight. And I knew when I ate that, I'd gain weight. But you can say whatever I eat, it just burns off. My mind and body is so great. If I eat more, I burn off more. If I eat less, I burn that off too. Because people who are skinny will say things like, well, no matter what I eat, I never put on weight. It just burns off. And people who are not skinny will say, I can't get the weight off. No matter what I do, it sticks to me. And unfortunately, you are what you believe. Or fortunately, if you can learn to not only believe better beliefs, but say better things. Because if you could understand that every word you say, and in fact every thought you think, is a blueprint that you are actually hardwired to run towards, you change the way you speak. You know, you can be negative or positive, that's a free choice. But if you could see what you do to your body when you're negative, you'd realize that negative thinking is a luxury that none of us can ever afford.
Have you ever had a client who said, this is too simple, it can't work for me?
Oh, hundreds of them say, I can't believe it, really? You know, it's that simple. And often in our TT, they'll go back to a scene. So they'll go back and say, gosh, I never realized that my mum crying when I wouldn't finish food, or my dad saying, like, you know, if you're a good girl, you eat and you can't get down to the table till you finish. I never realized that they actually trained me to eat whatever is in front of me. You know, try to make a newborn baby eat too much, they just throw it up. They just won't have it. They have an apposite that regulates. They eat when they're hungry. When they've had enough, they stop. And all babies are so normal about what they will and won't eat. When they've had enough, even in the high chair, they'll do that, or they'll spit it out. And we unfortunately override that. We say, you know, eat more. If you love me, you'll finish it. Don't, mummy spent hours making this, or think of all the starving children, and you can't get down, or you can't have pudding. And so we train ourselves to override our instinct to go to sleep when we're tired, stop eating when we've had enough, and then people come to me and say, I don't even know what full is.
YouTube viewers, I really appreciate you watching that video. It would be wonderful if you hit the red subscribe button. It costs you nothing, and it means that you'll get notified whenever I post a Health Hackers video. You can follow me on social media too. Handles right beneath me. I love hearing from you. Bye bye.